that video on the screen right there.
Chat, next video we got is the MyPLAYER builder. Let's get right into it.
The NBA 2K27 MyPLAYER builder breakdown. Not going to waste any time. All I ask is that you take a second and drop a like on the video. Let's get straight into it. You can pick male or female now. If you do pick female, you can only play in the city. If you want to play My Career or Eras, you have to pick a male.
So with the girls, you can only just play in the city. They don't got no storyline. Okay. And then the guys is the same thing. Okay. NBA Eras career in the city. I don't know. I don't know. I still feel like I might go back to a guy though. I don't know. I feel like everybody's gonna be a female. I don't think I want to just. Maybe my second build I'll go female, but my first build for sure I'm pretty sure I'm going boy. But it might be like one of those, like, you know how Fortnite and like them other games and niggas be using girls, and like Warzone people be using girls and it just looks better. It might be one of those type of things, like just appearance wise, everything looks better on a female, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know.
Female, you can only play in the city. If you want to play My Career or Eras, you have to pick a male player. Next, you have the choice to create your own or pick from a template build. We're going to create our own, obviously, because we're trying to break down this builder. Enter your vitals, and let's get straight to it. With pure green windows being smaller in NBA 2K27, it's going to be more important than ever to get the biggest green window jump shot for your specific build.
Skip this shit.
And NBA 2K Lab has you covered. A lab enough. The next screen, you have your three tabs up top: your attributes tab, your badges tab, and your body types tab. On the badges tab, not only can you see your attributes tab, your badges tab, and your body types tab. On the badges tab, not only can you see the badge levels as you adjust your height, weight, wingspan, but you can also see how many badge tokens each badge is going to cost. More on that later. You'll notice that although visually a lot of the attribute stuff,
badge tokens are back. That's major.
Looks the same, it is actually different. For example, last year on a 6'8" minimum wingspan, minimum weight player, you could get 95 perimeter. This year it's only 87. You'll notice that adjusting your wingspan and your weight has a much more drastic effect on not only perimeter, but also on your driving dunk.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
The harsher the penalty on your driving dunk this year, the lower the weight, the harsher the penalty on your perimeter. But you'll notice something. As I keep scrolling through the heights here, I'm just seeing, like, at any point, you know, at any height, does it start to change?
I need to really pay attention. I really need to pay attention to this. And I need Mike here so he can see this shit, because this is major error.
Not only perimeter, but also on your driving dunk. The lower, how many badge tokens each badge is going to cost. More on that later. You'll notice that although visually a lot of the attribute stuff looks the same, it is actually different. For example, last year on a 6'8" minimum wingspan, minimum weight player, you could get 95 perimeter. This year it's only 87. You'll notice that adjusting your wingspan and your weight has a much more drastic effect on not only perimeter, but also on your driving dunk. The lower the wingspan, the harsher the penalty on your driving dunk this year. The lower the weight, the harsher the penalty on your perimeter. But you'll notice something. As I keep scrolling through the heights here, I'm just seeing, like, at any point, you know, at any height, does it start to change how the weight and the wingspan affect those attributes? And as I go up the heights here, you'll notice once I get to 6'10" and up, lowering the weight actually raises your perimeter. So it's like the cutoff for big men, I guess. Like, you know, a lighter big man is going to have better perimeter defense than a heavier big man. But on 6'9", 6'8", 6'7", 6'5", 4'3", the lower, like the more kind of wing guard players, the lower your weight, it lowers your perimeter. So that's something to keep in mind as you're making your builds this year. You know, last year on a 6'8" player, there really was no penalty for going low weight, low wingspan. Low weight, low wingspan would have a 95 perimeter, and then if you upgraded it to max wingspan, you'd only have a 96 perimeter. This year, it's a lot more harsher penalty on those wings and guards if you're going minimum weight and minimum wingspan. So definitely something to consider when making your build. But here's the example that I was talking about. Right now, I'm getting into the power forwards, and
cat breakers can also help
the 6'9" power forward, and I notice, okay, like, the attributes are still reacting the same to when I lower the weight, lower the wingspan. But once I get to 6'10" and I lower that weight, I'm like,
6'10", 246. What was my 6'10" this year? 6'10", like 240. I think it was 6'9", 246. What does this get? 80 perim D, 78 still, 96 block, 99 interior, not bad. 99 pass act. Ooh. 78 ball handle, speed with balls 66, speed 75, strength I still 99, 89 vert, drive and dunk 91, drive and layup 96. I might fuck with the drive and layup this year, chat. 95 defensive re.
Perimeter is now going up, so just a threshold that I noticed in terms of a height cutoff, in terms of how weight affects your attributes. So when you're looking at your attributes, although visually it may look the same, make sure you're paying attention to how things react, because there are differences between the 26 builder
And the physicals
and
are going down too as well.
attributes. Once you finalize your physicals and advance to the next screen, now you're going to put your attributes on. On the right side of the screen, if you click triangle or Y, you can go from relevant badges to all badges. And this might have some value this year because a lot of badges have been split. Like the offensive rebound and defensive rebound badge has been split. The midi shooting badges and the three-point shooting badges have been split. So remembering which badges are tied to which attributes, you can use the relevant badges tab to, make sure you understand what's going on, or you can keep it on all badges and just see what goes up as you put up each attribute. Another thing a lot of people kept asking was what determines your badge tokens, where you put your attribute.
Relevant is definitely going to be better because now, remember, people were doing mid-range to get more of the badges to help you shoot, but now it's separated. That's some shit right there. 2K on some shit right now.
Determines how many badge tokens you're going to get in each category. If you max out your shooting, you're going to get the maximum amount of shooting badge tokens. Same with other categories, right? So not only pay attention to badge thresholds and what attributes you want to get, but also pay attention to, maybe sometimes one more tick up on an attribute might get you an extra badge token. Just something to keep in mind as you're making your build. Now, when you click in the left stick, you're going to get a lot of tabs to pop up that are going to help you. The first one is the badges tab. It shows you every badge in the game and the attribute requirement for each level, the height threshold, everything you could want. You can scroll from each category: finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, rebound.
Hold up.
Control,
Deadeye, if you wanted Hall of Fame, 99 mid-range or 99 3-point. Shit. Art cadence improves. That's new, right? Improves a player's ability to knock down 3-point shots while on the move, including pull-up, hop, or spin shots. That is gonna be OP. That's gonna be a crazy ass badge.
Everything you could want. You can scroll from each category: finishing.
Damn. All these bitches is 99.
Shooting, playmaking, defense, rebounding, physicals. Now pay close attention to badge thresholds because
Bitch, that shit, like if you don't got a 90 or higher, you not getting nothing on Hall of Fame.
a lot of the rating requirements for certain badge levels has changed. You will notice if you pay attention compared to last year's build.
Damn, Hall of Fame Dimer, 95 pass act. But you also could think of +1s and +2s and shit of that nature. Handles for days, 90 ball handle. Oh, I might be in the MyPLAYER. I might be in the builder for like 3 days.
You'll also notice that Hoff badges are the highest level you can unlock through attributes. There is a way to push your badge levels all the way to legend, but we're going to talk about that later when we get to the badge screen. But I'm going to scroll through all of these, and at the end of it, there is also all the takeover options and their requirements. So if you want to pause this and look at it, you can. I'm going to let this run through.
Box out bosses, box out beast increases the success rate of box outs as the boxer. Crasher, 98 D board, 94, and 94 strength. Fuck. This shit is like hell or hell.
And their requirements. So if you want to pause this and look at it, you can.
Possession closer. Boosts a player's ability to track down or grab rebounds on the defensive end. Oh, that's tough. And this is a rebounding badge. That's hot. 99 D board and 70 vertical. Sink snatcher. Gives an additional vertical and rebounding boost when perfectly timing the jump. That's damn near like the snag animation.
Let this run through, and then probably come back when
it's gonna be crazy. Every category has one badge that's gonna be crazy, like unstoppable. I just want to see season 1. Like, I know season 1's gonna be full. It's going to be like free. It's gonna be so much freedom. People doing whatever they want to do in there.
Moving on to the next tab, the animations tab. This is where you're going to see the attribute requirement for every animation in the game, and you're going to want to pay attention because a lot of your favorite moves rating requirements has changed. For example, Kevin Durant go-to shot is now a 94 shot rating to unlock it. Even dribble moves. You know, a popular escape last year was the SGA escape. That is now a 91 ball handle requirement. So if you're making your build and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to, you know, an 85 ball handle because that's what I need for these moves, you might them the attribute.
Chad, what I say, back to small guards. We're getting small guards again. Because half of these ratings, a big guard can't really get. Or you're going to be struggling. Or you're going to be majorly sacrificing something.
Because although, you know, the moves might have the same name and the same animation tied to them.
Unless you just make your build based around cat breakers. But that's going to take a little bit.
Attribute requirement to unlock them could be different. So definitely utilizing this animation tab while you're creating your build to make sure you get the SIGs that you want.
Depending on how hard cat breakers are get to get.
The next tab is your cat breakers tab.
This year.
But you can't view your cat breakers unless you upgrade your attributes and are a 99 overall in the builder. So I'm going to show y'all. I'm just going to put up some stuff here. I'm not actually like taking the time to make a good build. So please do not copy this. I'm just putting the attributes up so we can see that the cat breakers show up. I would rather you be able to see the cap breakers as you make your build, similar to how that website was last year that a lot of us used, where you could see, like, as you put up each attribute, how the cap breakers changed. In here, they made it so you have to be a 99 overall to be able to see the cap breaker amounts. You know, it's definitely a nice addition, but it's not.
From 27 still, you can go from, what is that? That's 21. You're looking at, what, 40, 48. 48 plus 6, that's 56. 58 plus 8, I'm sorry, is 6. Wait, nigga, am I math right, nigga? Yeah, 48 plus 8 is 56. 56 plus, that's 64, 70 still. Not bad, but it's still need 5 cat breakers. Post control, damn. 369, that is 80, that's 84. Mm, 91, 64, 68, 72, 72 vert. So definitely like last year, like the lower the lower your rating is, the more
executed to the best way possible, in my opinion. But when you hit 99 overall in the attribute screen, you can scroll over to your cat breakers tab and now see them in the builder. Moving on to when you actually put on your badges and decide what you want to use, I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible, but there is a lot of things to consider when we get to these, you know, kind of all the stuff going on here. So bear with me. It's going to take a little bit, but I think you're going to learn a lot, and it's going to help you actually understand how to utilize this to the best of your ability. When you get to this screen, this is where, you know, it shows you how many badge tokens you have in each category. Obviously, in this version, we actually had max badges. But when you make your build in the game, you're obviously going to have to grind to unlock those badge tokens. So when you click on badges for the first time, they give you a little tutorial. Each discipline has its own badge slots where related badges can be equipped. Earn badge tokens in games, practice, and workouts. Meet a badge's attribute requirements, then spend tokens to equip it in a slot. Attribute requirements and token cost are shown here. Meet both to equip the badge. So the first part is pretty self-explanatory. Badge tokens. We've had similar things in past 2Ks where each badge has a specific cost. You have a certain number of badge tokens in each discipline. You have to decide which badges you want to spend your tokens on. It's not like 2K26 where just every badge that your build meets the requirement for, you're going to have. You have to actually decide which badges you want to put on. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on with bonus slots, bonus tokens, the synergy with fuse and reaction badges, and how it all ties together with +1s and 2s and getting token refunds, and it's a whole lot. So bear with me. This part is relatively simple, deciding which badges you want to put on initially, and then we're going to keep going, and I'm going to try to simplify all this as best as possible so that when y'all start making your builds, you understand. All right, so just going through, seeing what badges I want to spend my tokens on. But once we click in that R3 button, we're getting more tutorials about what's going on. Bonus slots are earned through prizing and can be moved to any discipline at any time. Bonus tokens are also earned from prizing and can be moved to any discipline at any time. All right, so here's a perfect example. In my defense category right now, I only have 2 badge tokens available, but I need 3 for silver high flying denier. So I'm going to go over to my bonus badge slots. I'm going to apply one of those bonus badge tokens to the defense category, giving me 3 defense tokens available, which then I can apply and unlock the silver high flying denier. That is going to be a theme across all your categories, right? You can apply those bonus tokens to any category. So when you don't have enough tokens, you want to get a badge, you can utilize those bonus badge tokens. Now here's an example of bonus slots. There are 5 total rebounding badges, but I only have 4 badge slots available in the rebounding category. So I'm going to apply some bonus tokens so that I have enough tokens to put on all the rebounding badges. But of course, like I said, there's 5 rebounding badges. I only have 4 slots. So this is where I can utilize that bonus slot. So as you can see, I'm selecting the rebounding badges that I want. I'm filling those 4 slots that I have available, but there's another rebounding badge that I want to put on. So I'm going to utilize one of my bonus slots. Clicking that R3 button again, going over to the slot section, I'm going to go down to rebounding and I'm going to add a 5th slot available in the rebounding category. Once I apply that slot, I can then go in, spend the rest of my tokens on that 5th rebounding badge, and then I'm able to unlock all 5 rebounding badges on this hypothetical center build that you're looking at right here. So optimizing your build to the fullest, you're going to have to utilize those bonus slots and bonus tokens. Now we're going to go down and break down this whole synergy thing. Fuse badge slots grant a +1 or 2 level boost for the full game at no token cost.
Five Nights at Freddy's type of badge. Fuse badge slots grant a 1 or 2 level boost for the full game at no token cost. Any badge meeting its requirements can be slotted here.
Any badge meeting its requirement can be slotted here. Now we slide down to reaction badges. Reaction badges link to fuse badges. Trigger the fuse badge enough times in a game to boost the linked reaction badge 1 or 2 levels for the rest of the game. The reaction badge list is limited to those associated with the fuse badge. We're going to break all this down in more detail, but we're running through this tutorial right now, so bear with me. I know it can be a lot. And then over here on the right side of the screen, eligible synergy badge boosts and potential token refunds appear here. All right, so let's break all this down and then we're going to talk about a bunch of different possibilities on how to utilize this type of stuff. All right, so down in the synergy, your fuse badge is going to be a +1 or +2 depending on which fuse badge you use at all times, right? And this is how you can push your badges to legend. The only way to push your badges to legend is in the synergy slot. You can't get legend badges from your attributes this year. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna put my Hall of Fame rebounding
Casey, what's the word, Casey?
down.
More news, bro. We back with some more bullshit.
The only way to push your badges to legend is in the synergy slot. You can't get legend badges from your attributes this year. Okay, so for example, I'm gonna put my Hall of Fame rebounding badge down in the fuse slot in the synergy section to get a +1 and push it to legend. At the same time, you're going to see I just got a bunch of rebounding tokens back. You get refunded those tokens that you use down there. It's similar to core badges in 2K23. Anything you put down there in the fuse slot, you're going to get
I know it's going to be like 2K23. This whole game is giving 2K23, bro.
Funded tokens for those. So it's going to be really important how you utilize those slots, not only for the +1s and 2s, but also in terms of maximizing your token output on your builds. Because check it out, now that I got refunded those tokens, I can remove those bonus badges that I added, and now I can apply those bonus badges to another category because I just got a bunch of rebounding tokens back. I don't need to use the bonus tokens in the rebounding category anymore. It's definitely a bit overwhelming at first, and once you start doing it more and more, you start to realize like, maybe I shouldn't have put that badge in there because now I have all these tokens that I'm not even using in this category. Like it's just a lot to think about and consider when making your build. Obviously all of these things are going to have to be unlocked. So initially off the rip, you're not even going to have to make some of these decisions, but once we start unlocking more slots, it's definitely going to be a lot of things to consider, and we haven't even gotten into like Then you're trying to implement cap breakers and all types of things. Now, as I was saying, you're going to have to unlock these synergy badge slots. And I mean, check it out. Level 28 in a crew. The next +1 that you can unlock in the fuse slot is level 39 in a crew. Like, these are, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time. This is from the build specialization. I'm not sure at what level you get it, but you got to get it through build specialization.
Pretty high.
And then the last +2 you can get is earned at Legend 2 rep. Like, that's going to take, you know, that's going to be a long time. A lot of people aren't even going to get that one. So you definitely are going to have to grind for some of these synergy fuse badge slots. But let's continue on, right? We can fill out these fuse badge slots and put certain badges that we want in there. But underneath that, we have reaction badges as well. Now, the reaction badge, as they said, it ties to the fuse badge. You do not get that reaction badge +1 or +2 all game long. You have to activate the reaction badge by using the fused badge above it a certain number of times in a game. So you're going to want to coordinate which badges you put in the reaction category to the badge you have in the fuse category. For example, if there's a badge you know you're going to use a lot, like if you're a center, you might want to fuse your brick wall badge and then tie your standing 3-point badge to it. Because you know I'm going to be setting a lot of screens. So after I set, you know, 3, 4, 5 screens, whatever the specific number is, then my standing 3-point shot badge is going to get that boost for the rest of the game. Use a badge in the fuse category that you know you're going to use all the time. You'll notice that the reaction badges are flashing because it's not a permanent boost until you activate it. So it's showing, you know, my set and fire badge is silver, but it will turn gold once I use brick wall enough times in a game. My paint patroller is silver, but once I use rise up enough times in the game, it will turn gold. Making sure you're using fuse badges that you're going to activate very often in the game is going to be a key to optimizing your build's full badge potential. Another thing to pay attention to is not all badges link from reaction to fuse. For example, I just linked my set and fire badge to my brick wall badge. But if I was trying to link my set and fire badge to my snatcher rebounding badge, you see it does not show up.
This is going to get very messy,
they feel that set and fire doesn't associate with snatcher, but they feel it does associate with brick wall. So sometimes you're going to see, like, you might put a badge in the fuse slot and then go to look to put a different badge in the reaction category, and you're going to be like, why is it not showing up? It's because it's saying it does not link to that fuse badge. I don't know exactly which badges link with others. You know, obviously that's going to be something that we're going to have to figure out as the year goes on. But something I did notice was, like I said, set and fire linked with brick wall, but it did not link with snatcher. Something to pay attention to, and another decision to make when deciding which badges to put in your fuse and reaction slots. The last thing I want to talk about is cap breakers. A question a lot of people were asking was, when you apply your cap breakers, once we unlock them and we apply them, are we going to get more badge tokens depending on where we put our cap breakers?
Hold up.
If we unlock them and we apply them, are we going to get more? We're asking was, when you apply your cap breakers, once we unlock them and we apply them, are we going to get more badge tokens depending on where we put our cap breakers? Yeah. I asked that question and I was told you do not receive any extra badge tokens dependent upon where you put your cap breakers. So make sure, you know, if you're planning on making one of those builds where you start with a 53-pointer and then you're going to cap break it all the way up to 90, or, you know, I mean, we found some Gucci cap breakers last year. I'm sure we're going to find some this year. Make sure you have enough badge tokens in that category to actually use those badges that you're going to be getting from the cap breakers. Obviously, you can unlock those bonus tokens that we talked about, so you could even use those bonus tokens in that category. That way, you know, you're really utilizing your cap breakers and your tokens to their fullest ability. But it's just, I know a lot of people were asking me that and nobody really had the answer, so I wanted to make sure I told y'all. When I asked them, they told me no more badge tokens will be allocated based on where you apply cap breakers. Whatever badge tokens you get from applying your attributes, those are the badge tokens you're going to have on your build. And then, of course, there's a ton of things to unlock with the slots and the bonus tokens and the synergy slots and all that we broke down in this video. But that is the official builder breakdown for NBA 2K27. If y'all want to check out the official gameplay breakdown, click that video on the screen right there. Learn all about new features and what changed going into NBA 2K27. Appreciate y'all watching.
I don't know how to feel about this. I could say it's good. Like, they're finding ways to, like, stop overpowered builds and just glitchy ass builds. But at the same time, I know some shit is gonna crack. I just know it is. I know what the fuck is coming with this, bro.